Yo, what's going on YouTube? And welcome back to Goal Line Hockey. It's your boy Kevin Forte. We're taking a look today at a debate that I saw on Reddit the other day between who would you rather have to build your franchise around? Toronto Maple Leafs Rasmus Sandin or Montreal Canadiens young defenseman Alexander Romanov? We'll be taking a look at that right now. So the debate, Rasmus Sandin, the Swedish forward, or the Swedish defenseman, or are you going to take the Russian defenseman from the Habs, Alexander Romanov? So let's look at the stats, let's look at their age, all of that stuff, and then we will try and decide for ourselves who we think is the better player for the long-term future of your team. So Rasmus Sandin, like I said, Swedish defenseman, 21 years old, 5'11", 183 pounds, prototypical good defenseman, a former first-round pick back in 2018, 29th overall, and he has been in pro hockey since the 2018-2019 season. He's been up and down with the Maple Leafs and the Marlies. That first season with the Marlies, he put up 28 points in 44 games. Since then, with the Leafs, he's had 10 points in 33 games with the Toronto Maple Leafs in his entire career. So between the 2019-2020 season and this season, that's what we've seen from Rasmus Sandin. He spent some time in the American Hockey League once again last year. He put up 15 points in 21 games. Again, pretty solid, especially as a defenseman. Those are some pretty solid numbers. And he also spent time in the OHL, in his draft year, where he also did pretty well, 45 points in 51 games. So he's almost a point per game player in the OHL as well as in the American Hockey League. Just transferring that over to the NHL is really the next thing for Rasmus Sandin. Now, you look at a little bit of a different situation here. The way the management and the coaching staff has deployed these two defensemen. Alexander Romanov spent the last two seasons in the KHL. He's got 4 points and 7 points in 2 full seasons with the CSKA Moscow of the KHL. But he's a plus 16 and a plus 21 those 2 seasons. And you also have to look at same age, 21 years old, height. He's a little bit taller than Sandin and a little bit bigger, 6 feet tall and 208 pounds. A former second-round pick, 38th overall in that 2018 NHL draft. The same draft as Rasmus Sandin. He was picked actually 9 picks after Rasmus Sandin. So he definitely has a lot less experience in North America than Sandin, and he also has less he doesn't have the points that Rasmus Sandin has. And is that necessarily a bad thing? So again, we're going to get into all of that. So this season in 46 games, we have only seen 6 points from Alexander Romanov. Now, everybody was hoping he would be this electrifying superstar defenseman that could put up points. And we really haven't seen that from Alexander Romanov. Very different from what we've seen from Sandin. Sandin has a lot more potential. The Leafs are banking on potential with Sandin. Yes, he's not necessarily, the same size, maybe, as a guy like Alexander Romanov, but Rasmus Sandin brings the intangibles, and he has the potential to put up more points, which we know the Leafs are a very offensive-minded team, and this would be the kind of Jake Gardiner replacement in Rasmus Sandin. I think people would hate me for saying that. Let's be honest, he's probably an upgrade. He's probably more likely an in-between Morgan Rielly and Jake Gardiner, that kind of defenseman. So this defenseman, it's hard to argue, guys. Who is the better defenseman? Now, back on Reddit, I looked at who people had, right? And this is the thing. You're going to get bias based off of the team, right? But the problem is we're talking about the Leafs and the Habs, which they're both pretty big fan bases. So who would you rather have in your franchise? With 172 votes, 104 of them went to the Russian defenseman for the Canadiens, Alexander Romanov, and only 68 of the votes went to Rasmus Sandin. Now, I can understand why people pick Romanov, because honestly, in that poll, I picked Alexander Romanov as the better defenseman of the two. But when you really look at the grand scheme of things, these two defensemen are very similar. they still have the same amount of potential in most people's eyes, but we've seen more of a sample size from Rasmus Sandin. Now, the only thing is, Romanov kind of skipped the whole going to the AHL thing. The Habs kind of just brought him in and realized, hey, listen, let's throw him into the NHL, because he did spend time in the KHL overseas. He's already been playing with men the past 2 years, so he's already got that experience, kind of like Rasmus Sandin, but he hasn't put up the numbers like Rasmus Sandin. But you can also make the argument that the KHL is a better league than the AHL, which I think most people would agree with that. Maybe some people wouldn't. But there is a disparity between the leagues. So, yes, Romanov didn't put up the points that Sandin did, but let's be honest, if Romanov was playing, or Romanov, whatever you want to call him, people give me a lot of heat for how I say it, Romanov, if he was playing in the AHL, he'd probably be putting up similar numbers to what we're seeing from Rasmus Sandin down in the AHL. So, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Do you agree with me? Do you think Alex Romanov is the better defenseman? Or do you think Rasmus Sandin is still got more potential? And even though he's played less games than Romanov in 3 years at the pro level, then the 1 year of Romanov, that the potential there for Sandin is still greater than Romanov? Or do you agree with me that we already have seen enough from Romanov that he really is the real deal? He'll be a top 4 defenseman, a good two-way defenseman with the Montreal Canadiens. Guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below. This should be good because I love the Leafs and Habs rivalry, so maybe we'll see a little bit of that disparity in this video. So, as always, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like what we're doing here at Goal Line Hockey and want to see the latest news around the NHL, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and an even bigger subscribe down below. Guys, as always, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys next time.